Hello singer friends, and welcome back to the channel. This is Dynamic Voices TV and I'm your dynamic coach, Alyssa Harris. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the $1 million question, that is, how often should I practice? Now, I get asked this question all the time after every single lesson with a new student, just about. They ask me, how do I continue and how often should I practice? How much should I practice? How long? And what should I be doing? So in today's video, we're just going to talk about some of the basics, some of the fundamentals of what constitutes practice, how long you should be doing it, and what you should be doing. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. We've all heard the expression, practice makes perfect, and that's absolutely true with anything and definitely applies to singing. If you practice every single day and you're putting attention and time, intention, and focus on practicing singing, you're going to become a better singer by default, right? I always tell people, the more you practice, you're not gonna get worse at singing, right? You're only gonna get better. So practice makes perfect, definitely. That's a rule across the board. Doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be any sport, any activity, any hobby, any language, anything that you want to learn and that you want to do better. You're going to have to practice to make that happen. Now, I tell my students, if you're in a lesson with me every week and you're in your singing lesson for an hour, that's one solid hour of focused, intentional, practice time, right? We're focused on certain concepts. You're in the right technique, you're doing the right breathing, you're doing the right posture, your head is in the game, you're in the zone. So that's considered practice. And if you're in your lessons once a week, you've got an hour a week under your belt of practice time, and that's only going to help you improve. Now, if you want to improve faster, of course, you would do more than once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. I have some students that come about 2 times a week. And they complement that, or they supplement that with their own practice techniques at home. So they have an hour with me, with their coach, and then they go home and they practice the exercises on their own. Now, a lot of people also say, I practice all day, every day. I guess I could say I practice all day, every day because I sing in the shower, I sing in the car, I sing while I'm on hold, waiting to talk to a representative. I'm singing, when I'm cleaning the house. I sing all the time. But is that necessarily considered, a good amount of practice? No, I would say no, right? Because I'm not sitting down, focusing on what I'm doing, focusing on technique, focusing on breathing, focusing on posture, and oh, that sounded bad, let me try that again. Let me use a concept that I learned, a concept that I know to improve what I just did and do it better. I'm not thinking about it in that way. I'm just passively singing, I'm just doing whatever I want, and I'm not actually practicing, right? It feels like you're practicing because you're doing whatever it is, right? You're singing, but you're not actually focused on singing. So I don't think that constitutes practice, if that makes sense. Being able to do some at-home exercises, just for, I would say, even just 30 minutes a week, in addition to lessons with a coach, if that's something you can do, is a really good and consistent way to improve your singing, and that is considered practice. Now, I don't recommend singing or practicing for over an hour. I think an hour is a really good standard amount of time to be singing nonstop. I think, even when you go to the gym and work out, I know some people work out for over an hour, but that kind of seems like a long time to me. And as we know, the muscles in the voice are very delicate, and so you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to strain. But in that hour, let's say you practice for an hour, I would say spend at least 20. I gotta say 20 to 30 because I love warming up for like 20 to 30 minutes, but I would say between 15 and 30 minutes warming up your voice first. Make sure you're feeling nice and warm, and depending on what you're practicing, you may need to warm up a little bit longer, okay? If you have questions about this and you want more details, there's so much nuance in what I'm saying, definitely ask me in the comment section if you have any questions. But I would say 1 hour a week practicing is enough to become a better singer. However, okay? This is a big, however, a big but. If you want to see exponential progress and exponential results, I would say complement that hour with at-home practice and at-home exercise, and make sure that your teacher or your vocal coach is giving you take-home assignments and is giving you concepts that you can work on your own in between your lessons. Now, I teach lessons, as you know, and I give my students take-home vocal exercises so that way they can work on their voice and they can kind of stay sharp in between the times that we meet together. So that way, you know, they practice for an hour, and then they practice for, you know, 30 minutes to an hour a week in addition to what they're already doing for the hour that we're together. So I hope that makes sense. Always remember, when you go to practice, make sure you're hydrating. Like I already said, make sure you're warming up your voice. That is the most important thing. If you don't take anything else, if you click off this video right now, just remember, you gotta hydrate. Please, 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 please make sure you're drinking water, and stop if you get tired, if you're feeling strained, if you're feeling like, you know, things are starting to hurt, things are starting to get hoarse. Just stop, right? As you know, practice makes perfect, and singing is no different. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a couple of good tidbits of information. If you want to start on your journey of becoming a better singer, don't hesitate to reach out. Check out the description box. You'll see my website. You can book lessons. There's resources on there. I offer coaching, lessons, consulting, and all sorts of things to help singers become their best singer self. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss any uploads. Hopefully this helped. I'll see you guys in the next video.